And we're live, guys. So, I've done this before. This is not new. But the question that I get about keto and workouts is constant. So I thought I would start moving some weight. So actually, you guys know I like time under tension as I'm waiting for you guys to come into the chat. So which is 3-second negatives, right? So positive, normal, explosive, 3-second negatives. Positive, 3-second negatives. Hey, Rebecca, you're the first person to comment. Wow. All right, Puerto Rico. So I like to talk about keto and the 3-second negative, right? The time under tension, which is hard with tricep kickbacks. So tricep kickbacks, it's a little different. So, and some exercises you just can't do 3-second negative. You can only hold the contraction. Like a lateral raise is really hard. You have to do really, really lightweight, right? I guess you could do a 3-second negative on a lateral raise. So I thought I'd talk about working out. So keto is very different when you start doing keto as you guys come in. Hello, everyone. As you start doing keto, you got to really, 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 really not do a lot of cardio because that's going to activate your adrenals. And we're trying to not activate our adrenals until your blood sugar stabilizes. What's up? You look absolutely amazing. Thank you. I appreciate that. First time catching me live. Awesome. I don't want to hit my, I can't do double lateral raise, unless I get closer to the camera. So in this case, you want to be able to talk while you're working out because I don't want to activate my adrenals and then too much cortisol, right? So again, when you start keto, you want to do time under tension, especially moves those, use a very wide hips. What would you say? I cannot see, this is going too fast. Yes, especially moves for those. Oh, for those of us with very wide hips, that's where my extra weight is. I'm so upset. No, I mean, look, you can't spot reduce. You can strengthen the muscle. I see so many girls doing this at the gym for their hips, right? But like with the plate, right? For your abductors. So there you go. There's an exercise. Boop. I need to actually find a gym where I can record in that has good Wi-Fi. Because my gym, I can record in, but the Wi-Fi is so bad and my carrier is so bad that it just gets super glitchy and I can't do freaking live streams at my gym, which annoys the crap out of me. But, so the reason why, again, you do time under tension, focus, is because you want to, right, that's a 3-second negative. You guys don't understand, so you do a normal positive motion. Bedridden, stroke victim, do from my bed, but on my bed and walk my husband made. Okay, I gotta read that after. So normally on the explosive, you're gonna come down, 3-second negative down. As you can see, I'm contracting my muscles because if you do this, you don't contract the muscle as much. So we're not trying to pump this way. I can control my cortisol. And that's the reason why we do time under tension when we first do keto. The first month, definitely. I don't have a gym, just my body weight. You don't have to have a gym. You see me doing weights in my apartment, right? I was doing bicep curls, right? Bicep curls, and also explosive, positive, negative, lateral raises, shoulder presses, tricep extensions. I was doing a lot, right? Tricep extensions. See? Tricep extensions. Hold it and bring it in. Because it's hard to do a 3-second negative, so you just got to hold the contraction. I'm going to talk a little bit about, let me raise this thing and then take your guys' questions. I wanted to do a stream before it got dark. I'm so tired of doing these night streams. Yeah, You can do TRX, and anything that's resistance-based is more important than doing HIIT training or cardio when you first do keto. Because again, if our hunter-gatherer ancestors were to time travel into the modern time and watch somebody do fasted cardio, they'd be laughing like, ah, you idiots, you stupid people. And the reason that is because you're supposed to conserve energy, and then they would notice how bloated and how irritated our skin and our, our face and our bodies are from just super toxic load, adrenal overload, lymphatic system problems. To do intermittent fasting with keto diet. Nope, Tim, sorry, keto, especially I've been like, the whole intermittent fasting thing, you guys don't understand. The results have come out. Not that many people are actually having growth hormonal releases. They're not really having this testosterone boost. They're not really clearing the biliary system. And it really more taxes the adrenal, the hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal, and thyroid axis if you do it too long. So, in theory that you should have all of this clearance and detoxification, but the problem is we're too messed up to do intermittent fasting, and we do too much while we intermittent fast. So now the data is coming out that people are having thyroid problems intermittent fasting. They're having electrolyte problems intermittent fasting because you're not getting enough electrolytes, and then you're just going, and they're having adrenal insufficiency. So no. And people still keep thinking that if they do fasted cardio, they're going to get lean. No, you don't get lean doing fasted cardio, because I've been at my gym for a long time and I keep seeing the same people on the ellipticals, on the treadmills, and they just get fatter every year. They're not getting leaner and more aesthetic or even healthy on the inside. Let's keep it real. So it's so nice to have a day stream finally. So I'm going to take your guys' questions. I want to talk a lot about working out, but I'll take random questions as well. Impala 583, what's up? So should I start with light weights? Yes. Safari, I assume you're a woman. And it really comes down to, you have people who don't really work out that much. You have the gym people. No, the work people that go to the gym really quick and they're just trying to get it in, but they're not really athletes. And then you have athletes. So the different genres, you have to do keto in a different context. So I've worked with marathon athletes, I've worked with people who do fitness and physique, and it is all possible to get lean on keto as a figure or bodybuilder or whatever. But like the first 6 months, you got to allow your body to adapt to the lifestyle. Like, it's not a joke. And for those who don't work out, you have to work out. You cannot not work out and do keto. That's not going to work. How can women prevent hypothalamic amenorrhea on a ketogenic diet? So I don't know what hypothalamic amenorrhea is. I know amenorrhea is something with your reproductive system, so you might want to describe it and let me know. I know a lot of stuff, but I don't know everything. Amenorrhea, dysmenorrhea, amenorrhea, painful menstrual cycles. I think that's what you're referring to. How can women, okay, see, what do you think about sprinting? No, because everybody who sprints, like I just said, if you were hunter-gatherer and you popped into the modern time and you watch somebody do sprints, like if you're not an athlete and you're trying to sprint to get aesthetic, you have to factor in your current health. Do you have adrenal issues? Are you tired? Does your sleep suck? Do you have any inflammation? Do you have any antibodies that are high? Like, these things kind of matter. Because if you force sprint training and interval or HIIT training and you're tired, you're just going to blow out your everything. Hypothalamus, pituitary, adrenal axis will put stress on, plus pregnenolone still in your reproductive sex hormones. A lot of guys, testosterone goes down when they're doing HIIT training, and then they're fasting or dieting and they're not adapted and the cortisol is high. So you got to get the cortisol down. Now you can HIIT train and you can do all this type of cardiovascular training once you're fully adapted, and then you still have to be really smart with your circadian rhythm, your breathing, your posture, your inflammatory issues. You have to be just very smart about it. Basically, I mean losing your period. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what I said. Amenorrhea, dysmenorrhea. But I thought, well, I know amenorrhea and dysmenorrhea are painful periods, but hypothalamic. But I need to know why you lost your menstrual cycle. So keto is really great for women who have been eating low fat and dieting and having eating disorders, and often their period comes back. Women who are menopausal, it's not that simple. It's very complicated. But even some women who are in premenopause will have their menstrual come back very consistently. Some people are going through hot flashes. Women will have the hot flashes stop. Some women, their hot flashes get worse. So it all depends on what type of issue you're currently having. That helps me understand what kind of advice to give. At what point will I decrease dietary fat so my body fat will be burned? Tamik, I don't lower my body fat. Okay? I don't have to lower my body fat to get lean. So everybody keeps thinking that it's like a mathematical equation, like you're keto adapted, then you drop your fats, and then you just get ripped. It doesn't work like that. So again, this is another question where I have to know what your current health is and your stress and your sleep, because you guys know that if you have one night of crappy sleep, your insulin doesn't work very well. So then are you going to be using those ketones? So you drop your fat, you're trying to use viable ketones. So Miss Helena Fox, or whatever, Hot Fox, I think you call yourself, you need to talk to me personally. I know Tamika, but I didn't know if you wanted your name on said, but you said it. That's the reason why I never say your name. I don't know if people, like, you have a troll name and then just real name. So because you have a troll name, I thought you didn't want anybody to know your real name, so I started calling you something, so I don't say your whole name. But yes, Tamika, girlfriend, you have, I know you, honey, you have stress in your life, stress in different categories, and I don't know if that's gone. I don't know if some of the issues that you had with your digestive system is gone. Back in the day, I would have suggested carnivore to you before, but because you had digestive issues. But I don't even know what's happening now with your digestive tract. Okay, you don't mind. All right, cool. Hi there. I just want to say thank you. Oh, I've changed up the way I was doing keto to your way, and my body has changed so much. Been strength training since I was 12, and you're 53 and train 4 to 5 days a week. That's freaking awesome, Queen Goddess 2010. I'm glad that people are finally listening. People don't get bothered by me as much anymore because they're starting to realize that what I'm saying is right. Like, you have to know your existing health. You have to understand if you have any metabolic inflexibility. You have to know if you're actually adapted or not, and stop using urine strips and stop doing dirty keto. People are using the phrase dirty keto because that's what the majority of people do, is the wrong way to do keto. You know, people keep thinking like, look, I can eat lean meats on occasion at a restaurant. Like, I love seafood. So, and I love scallops. Yes, I love dirty shrimp and all that. But I'll have that like 4 times a year. Normally, I stick with the fatty meats. You guys know I'm really heavy on the organ meats because I need to maximize as many vitamins and minerals as possible with a good source of protein. Can you get thrush from carnivore? No, Joe Rankin. You can't get thrush. If you have thrush because you did carnivore, it means you're having a die-off. That means all of us have candida. So let's just, you know, on a rare occasion, maybe some of the new children, because we're wisening up, who are not inoculated and aren't exposed to chemicals and don't have any, have never had antibiotics. Some of these children have really great gut flora if they have smart parents. But us adults, it's a wrap. So that thrush, that Candida albicans overload was created a long time ago. And then often people will have a die-off response when they cut the carbs out, and then you have this release from the liver. So you had that a long time. That thrush was hanging out there a long time. See, I really like 5 minutes cardio. You shouldn't throughout my life. That's a problem, Hen. I'm sorry. Oh, you said, okay, I stopped when I started keto 3 weeks. I haven't done anything. Not a good idea to go back to Tybo? Nah, Hannah, I mean, like if you're doing Tybo, especially, is it Tybo? Like Tybo? Am I tripping? Or did you write it wrong? Yeah, people do cardio. They become addicted to it because you have this, what is it? It's called beta endorphins are released when you do certain things. And so people like running or they like cardio for that endorphin release. But if you're struggling with your metabolism and you're trying to get lean and aesthetic, you got to be more smart to your own particular DNA. You got to think about if your sleep, you got to think about your breathing, you got to think about how you deal with stress, you got to think if your blood sugar runs high, if you have problems with your insulin regulation, your A1C, you need to go test those things. You need to see what's going on with your reproductive hormonal panel, if you have any inflammation. And I say this stuff every video, but people have similar things, but then they'll like, you know, people have like this particular issue, and then this person will have this, you know, kind of issue with, let's say, thyroid or adrenal insufficiency or food sensitivities. They'll be sensitive to like nuts. No, everybody's sensitive to nuts. They'll be sensitive to like avocados, and then the other person won't. So at the end of the day, when you're trying to do cardio, you need to do nothing. You know, you need to really have moments where you're stretching and breathing and you're not toxic. You just can't go from one extreme of crazy life and get up and go to your job and, hey, Deborah, and then go straight and do this cardio activity. I know it makes you feel better, but so does like people like to read from bed or TV. TV makes you feel better, but really on the inside of the body, you're having this you know, secondary cortisol response. Cortisol's like you're reading from bed and then you fall asleep and then cortisol spikes 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, you wake up. So if you read, you have to be sitting in an upright position in a chair. Bed is for sleeping, and so if you keep teaching the subconscious mind, the bed is for reading and focusing, because when you read, you have to focus. So we just have to switch things up and be more smart. Hybrid bike, yes. So like my workouts have changed because I've learned so much about adrenal problems. And as I get older, because I'm 51, you guys, as you know, and I used to be a pro skateboarder, and I've had a bazillion knee surgeries, 10, and I broke everything in my knee. So when I work out, my workouts have changed, and I'm strong. You guys see that I'm strong, right? But as I've gotten older, I don't just sit there and my workouts anymore. It's just you have to train smart to get the gains. It's not about how heavy you lift anymore. It's about that sliding filament theory that I keep saying about having good actin myosin grinding to create the blister to then, you know, have your muscle fibers respond. Okay, thank you, Hannah. Okay, thank you. I don't mean to, I'm like trying to stay calm. Last stream, I was so freaking hyper. Oh yes, like up the stream. We've got 75 people in the chat and only 32 likes. So, as you guys know, liking up the stream helps bring new people to my channel. So, you have to hit that X in the right corner and collapse. And Deborah has typed it very clear what you need to do. Hit that like button, collapse the chat, and then you'll see the thumbs up. And then after you like the chat, you can reopen it to join the chat. So what can cause my glucose to drop to 56 when tested after waking up and fasted? I'm doing the elimination diet keto due to high histamine, and that's probably why, Bella, because of high histamine, that you have inflammatory responses from a long time ago. I've been doing the program for a week now. Okay, Bella, you've only been Bella. Is it Bella Live? Bella Live, you haven't done this very long. Okay, so you had most likely a propensity to have hypoglycemia way before you ever did keto, and you found out when you started measuring your blood levels. And so a lot of things create RTY Pepe, thank you so much. Hello, it's been a while since I can catch you live. Yeah, I love time under tension too, right? Where's my weights? You guys know I love time under tension, so you know this is time under tension, going slow on the negatives, and then I can still have an experience of hypertrophy without lifting super heavy and really putting stress on my adrenal system. Boop. Okay. Yes, I've tried ghee. Yes. Yes. And ghee is clarified butter, meaning it's been cooked for hours to take out as much impurities and whey and casein as possible for those who have developed a sensitivity to that, either due to the mother not breastfeeding you, antibiotic exposure, leaky gut from poor foods. And so some people just can't deal with the dairy at all. So I told myself that I would get off the stream once it got too dark, because I don't like doing night streams. I think it's horrible. And when I look back at my videos, I'm like, oh, it's so horrible in this dark apartment. Yes, StephaniePerson.com. Oh, by the way, Tamika, you're making some comments about my website. Whatever it is, it's not important right now. I'll fix it later. I think it was about I don't remember, something about reading something from either your phone or your laptop or your desktop. We see, what are some ways I can adjust my sleeping patterns with a 3 to 11? I assume 3, what do you mean, 3 p.m. to 11 job? I need to know more details. I mean, anybody who's got a second shift, because you didn't say AM or PM, honey child. Put that in there and I can give you more information. It really, really matters. If you work from 3 to 11 at night, then you got to get everything done in the first half of your day, because when you come home, you want to slide into bed. So all those things like timing out your food a little differently, the macros change a little bit. When you have like your last meal, you might have a snack after your dinner if you're working till 11 p.m. at night, but you didn't put AM or PM. Okay, so I'm at a dangerous level. Oh, 3. Ooh. Yeah, so you got to go to bed real early. These people who wake up at 3, and there's some people who don't go to work at 3. They just wake up at 3 and then they just get up. Don't do that. But for you, you're just going to have to get, and that would be normal. Not normal. You'd have to go to bed like 6, 7 p.m. and get everything organized. Like you're going to work from 3 till 11 p.m. Then you have the rest of the day. So I don't think it's a problem. You still can work out before 2 p.m. before that cortisol melatonin shift between 2 and 4 in the afternoon. So I don't really see that there's a problem unless you have a more specific question. Should I not use urine strips? Yeah, they're just garbage. Safari, get rid of it, kids. I am at a dangerous level at 56 glucose. Is there anything I should do? Yeah, you should eat every 3 hours, Bella. Unfortunately, you're going to have to fat load. You're going to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, mid-morning snack, afternoon snack, and night snack of a fatty source that you don't react to, because a lot of people have histamine issues. And your snacks have to be small so as to not overwhelm the digestive tract, because who wants to eat all day long? But that's what you got to do when you have problems with hypoglycemia. Okay. What do I think about students? How many pounds are those weights? Oh, those are 8 pounds. What are the heaviest weights you recommend for women? So, Lexi, it really comes down to if you don't work out, if you just sort of work out like a normal person who just goes to the gym, or if you're an athlete, or if you're not an athlete like a pro athlete, but if you're athletic and an athlete. I can lift super heavy, but from home, I can use those 8 pounds for everything. Lateral raises, tricep extensions. I could do back rows with them. There's my back rows. So I could do back rows, you guys, right? I can do back rows with 8 pounds, because it's just how it's how I actually use the weight, not the actual weight. Shoot, I could work out with just body weight and no weight and still, like I could do shoulder presses and just learn how to contract properly. So as you guys can see, I'm contracted. So that's a contraction. So I could actually build muscle, not a lot, but I can keep I can keep my muscles from atrophying with no weight. Wall push-ups, push-ups on the floor. You guys know I have a busted knee, so the leg stuff is really hard for me. Oh, you're welcome, Bella. Do you guys have more questions? This is a little humble chat. Let's see here. I've been doing this for 24 minutes. I'm going to be on for 5 more minutes, and then I'm going to go. I thought I would do a nice stream. It's a beautiful sun. It was so beautiful today, you guys, in Cali. I feel so lucky. I think living in Europe for almost 16 years of my 51-year life scarred me. Like, I wasn't this much into having sunshine until I went there and didn't have it. Why do people work out? So you cannot die. Our bodies are designed to constantly be in motion. If you didn't work out, you wouldn't have any muscles to support your spine. You wouldn't get oxygenated blood to the cells. It's a problem to not work out, people. I'm not going to lie. You don't have to go to a gym, but you got to move. You got to move the body. You got to move the body. Boop. Your blood sugar, Catherine, is increasing on keto because you're doing it wrong. So go to stephanieperson.com and sign up for a consultation, and I'll tell you how to do it right. I know it sounds really cheesy to say that, but I don't know anything about you. I don't know your life. I don't know your age. I don't know any type of, problems that you have, any autoimmunity, in metabolic inflexibility. I don't know if you sleep well. I don't know anything. So there's a million reasons why people's blood sugar increases. And if you look at 2 streams ago, I explain how and why your blood sugar increases. You're welcome, Safari. Yes. What's up, Keto Muscle? And why is no one reminding me to drink water? Okay? It's really hard to drink water in the stream and continuously try to talk. You guys don't forget to like up the stream, and it helps to bring my little humble channel. It's a very humble channel. As you guys can see, it's not high production videos with health professionals on and talking like cooking with Steph and all this nonsense. Although, girl can cook. Can I cook some keto carb replacements like no other? Like no other. But the reason why I don't do it is because I want people to learn about their health first and understand that there's a lot of foods that can frack them up. And so there are disclaimers on everything that I cook from now on. Like before I was like, dirt keto. Because I like people to do clean keto. And if you go back some more streams, you show me cooking live how to make liver. Thank you, Robin. I appreciate it. The weather is just delicious today. It was like 69, 70 degrees. Rode my bicycle. It was amazing. I did stories on my Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic, and I was wearing a hat and I had a long sleeve, like thin shirt on. And someone's like, I was talking about vitamin D, and the person's like, oh my God, like, why are you wearing so much clothing if you're trying to get vitamin D? I'm like, did you not hear the stories? It was morning time useless to get sun. Okay, that's UVA. All right. Afternoon, noon onwards, that's UVB. That's when you get the sun exposure, and you only do it at a particular time of the day, and then you get out of the sun so you don't get sun damage, dum-dum. I can't stand when people say rude comments for no reason. Like, you want to learn? Sorry, I'm ranting. Somebody was like complaining on sent me a message on my freaking Instagram DM saying, you're wearing clothing. And I'm like, did you not hear the actual stream? I mean, the story? It said, don't expose yourself to sun earlier in the day. It's useless. Thank you everyone. I guess Deborah's already on the trolls. Okay, it's cold somewhere else. How is drinking herbal tea different from drinking water? Effect, diuretic effect. Okay, so a lot of people might have sensitivities to some of these salicylates that are in the herbs. You know, people have, plants don't have teeth. So they got plant chemicals, anti-nutrients that'll frack you up. Some people can handle this and they can't handle that. So water does not have that effect at all, like salt and water, the basic essentials to survive. Okay, so I'm sure there's some type of weird genetic mutation where people are sensitive to salt, or are not sensitive, but like have some type of allergy to it. But most of society needs salt, cellular communication to survive. And that's the same with water. Big difference between water and tea. You know, if you don't have a sensitivity and you do like a ginger tea, that's great, because that ginger is going to help pull some of that junk out of, or lemon. So you got plant pectins and lemon and apple cider vinegar. But a lot of people respond. People have histamine responses to a lot of people, not everyone, have a histamine response to apple cider vinegar, or may have a really bad gut reaction, or lemon. So that's why water is always going to be the best to hydrate yourself, right? If you're not thinking about detoxification of your organs. Yeah, so yeah, Stephanie's like, I didn't know about the sun. Yeah. So essentially, anyone, like, I have brown skin, so I'm not the darkest of brown skin, but I have brown skin. And my skin, like my body, is designed to be lower towards the equator, right? So I can get more sun in to get my vitamin D3 so I can sleep and not develop a thyroid problem, okay? Sleep and you know, vitamin D is so important for so many cellular functions. But with that said, especially the thyroid. But with that said, it's UVA is the first part of the day, yeah. And that's not how you convert vitamin D3. You have to wait until UVB comes in, and that's from about noon. And it depends where you are. Like everybody's in Sweden, it's going to be in a different, you know, level on where you're located, like north of the hemisphere. It's very far north. And where I am here in Southern California as to being in Africa. So where you are in the day and the hours is very different depending on the light, the day-night, like day to night exchange. So here in Cali, it would be between noon and 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, more like 3:30, to get sun exposure. And then you only need to expose yourself for a limited amount of time. Too much sun exposure, like I grew up in California, I was born here, my white friends were freaking tanning all day long, okay? And I already am brown, so I don't need to tan. So and I would skateboard, so I'd get a ton. If you guys saw me in my old skate pictures, which I will show one day, again, I am like 50,000 shades darker than what I am now. I mean, I was a black girl. I was in the sun all day, but I wasn't like trying to get a suntan. Yes, magnesium glycinate. What kind of sleep, workout, and eating schedule would you recommend for female hormone balance? Hormone balance? 21 years old. Do you mean intuitive vibes? Hormone imbalance? Or if you're balanced, so can you say if you mean balance or imbalance? I'm confused. You're 21, you're pretty young. I'm so glad that you asked for a woman, and this is not me, because Stephanie has been very, you know, my whole brain, my lifestyle, my body at 51 is very different from a lot of people. By the way, I keep forgetting, I do a keto course, right? To teach you how to do keto the right way. It's a paid course at $15 a month. You can do 1 month or 20 months, but I dedicate a lot of time. In fact, I'm getting a little tired when I have to get on it late at night and to get to a lot of people's questions. But that's a really great place to go and learn more. It's set up like a course structure, and I actually do consultations on Sundays on the page. But with that said, I need to know if you meant imbalance or balance. Makes total sense. I'm in Texas. Exactly. Have an imbalance. Okay, so intuitive vibes. I don't know what type of imbalance that you have. But the rule kind of, because I don't know specifically, the rule kind of applies to everyone. Sleep. And sleep between 9 and 12 is the most important. Like, that's the most important when it comes to balancing your reproductive hormones and the body trying to fix itself. Because if we didn't have lights in houses, our little primal animal bodies would be getting to sleep around 7. Like right now, it's getting dark outside, and I would be going to bed at like 6:30, 7 o'clock if I were to live outside. So, you know, having this huge jump of your body repairing itself between 9 and 12 a.m. makes perfect sense, right? Because that's when the body's going to go through a big, huge cellular cleanup and hormonal balance or homeostasis in those hours. So sleep is the most important. Good sleep hygiene, which means what you're doing before you get to bed. Yes, to subscribe to your keto course page, go to stephanieperson.com. And I want to offer you a new car. And you get a car. And you get, no. Please, I've come to a place where I've stopped losing and I'm hungry a lot more. You need to eat more fat, honey. I sleep good. I'm eating good. Macros feeling frustrated. Maybe should I lower my carbs intake? No, Miss Freshy 3. You don't lower your carbs if you're already eating just cruciferous vegetables like 2 cups and under, measured raw. And you don't need to lower your protein. People stop losing weight when they're not people don't understand. Like, you can just drop your carbs and it looks like keto, but you've just dropped your carbs, which temporarily it has dropped your insulin, and then you lose weight on the scale. Or you could drop a lot of water and think that you're actually losing fat and you're not. Or you could drop muscle and then, you know, you just see scale go down. And I don't know you, so you know, often people plateau because they're not actually adapted, and you have to keep changing your lifestyle. Remember, one night of bad sleep makes you insulin resistant. If you're insulin resistant, you're not adapted. So people do well for a certain amount of time, and then boom, they either start gaining weight on keto or they start losing muscle. And it's often because they do things wrong, because they go on the internet and there's all this garbage out there that confuses you guys. Then you come to me and I'm the only one who talks like this. And they're like, well, it's only her, so I don't need to listen to her. I'll cover my addictions and my laziness. Because my way, you got to work for it. You knew it, Miss Freshy 3. If you're hungry, honey child, you always got to get your fats up high. And the people are like, how am I going to lose weight if I'm eating all that fat? I'm like, it's not about the fat. It's about your insulin, Tamika. Okay. What's your insulin? What's your A1C, Tamika? What's your blood sugar? Daily. That's what I want to know. Yes. Okay. So we're hitting 36 minutes, and I think it's time to go because now it's getting dark. And I wasn't going to stream today, but I was like, I might be busy tomorrow. I might stream tomorrow. And I just wanted to hit the subject of working out. I will do a stream where I'm actually at a gym facility where I can show you guys. I want to show people who never worked out what to do, how to work out from home, how to lift at the gym, and how to lift on keto for athletes. But I need to be in a gym to do that because my apartment, this little shoebox I live in, is not going to help you. Yes, I eat pork, honey child. I eat anything, any animal that's healthy and well taken care of. And it's all the fatty meats. Yes, pork is amazing. And the fatty acid profile is very much similar to a human. They have a lot of monounsaturated fat, which obviously is really great to keto adapt. People think that animal fat's all saturated. It's not. There's 3 fats, mono, saturated, and poly, which is unsaturated. So don't get it twisted like fat from an animal is all saturated fat and cholesterol. It's not. Okay? But I'm really glad that there's a ton of cholesterol, or I wouldn't have these muscles. Because you need cholesterol to build your reproductive hormones in every cell in the body and to clean up. And without friggin' cholesterol, you would be not alive. So let's not get that twisted. Thank you. Is it Kingo Kings Boxing? Thank you so much. Kale is toxic or very bad for the thyroid. I'm just saying. If you guys really want nutrient-dense food, eat some liver and just mix it with some other, like beef heart, ground beef heart, or beef. If you're like, I can't do liver, I'm good. I keep hearing adults say what they can't eat, and they're a mess. Thyroid, like mineral deficiencies, their hairs, their tongues are white, their nails are got lines and ridges on them. They have like, you know, issues. They got dark circles under their eyes. They got broken blood vessels around their nose. They've got deep lines. And then you guys are picky about what you eat and big so say, well, what supplement can I take? No, you eat real food, people. Okay? Just saying. Okay, I told myself I would keep it calm and keep the sarcasm down and be more professional. There is a side to me that is very professional if I try real hard. Obi, no, I love you anyway. Okay, I forgot what you're saying you love me for. Because of care? Creatine. Tim, there's creatine in all animal products. Beef. And y'all know I did especially, I was a lot bigger than what I am now. I did 3 meals a day, grass-fed beef for a year and a half, and that creatine blew me up. I was big, but I still had the abs, right? I was still like, check out the abs. I was still all of that. I just had a lot of water in the muscle. So you don't need to take creatine. That stuff is toxic. Anything where man gets his nasty little hands on it, that's why I try to keep the supplements low. People don't understand the supplements can be really toxic. Adam. Get him, Deborah. It's always like men that troll, that have something stupid to say, and then Deborah's like, you're gone. Deuces, bro. Bye. Bye, girl. I keep saying to people on the YouTube stratosphere, like, there's things have changed. There's this weird society that we live in. But when you get older, you don't subscribe to, you know, younger person's societal rules. Like, they don't affect me. I just don't care anymore. You get to a place in your life, you're like, you don't care. The triggered reaction is less and less. You're like, whatever. So Deborah comes in, she just slays them, and bye, girl. Exactly. It's true. You just, like, especially now, you guys, I live in a shoebox in Los Angeles, and I'm around a bunch of millennials. And in one way, they're really fun because the millennials are more open to listen to me, and they're really like, okay, then what I do? Like, they're more excited, but they are they're so insecure about everything, and it just trips me out. And now I see so clearly, it just doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is, like, whatever you create in your mind. I smell food. It is not coming from my apartment, but it's reminding me to eat something. So I don't know if you guys have any last questions, but I think I should go. Bone broth, Tim, can be great. Liver's better. Okay. It's got everything in it. But bone broth can be really great. It's got glutamine in it for those who have leaky gut, although glutamine hasn't been proven to actually 100% seal the gut wall. Those junctions, right? Those wide open junctions seal up, but that's really through detoxification and de-stressing, getting your macros right, and waking up and putting your feet in the dirt and grounding yourself. But bone broth can help because it's got good potassium in it. It's got your fat soluble vitamins. It's got your B's, your B complex. It's really, really good. And you got some collagen, but a lot of people react to the glutamate as it's a protein that's in the marrow. And unfortunately, a big chunk of people react to it. I don't, a lot of people don't, and a lot of people do. So you just got to test your food all the time. Can you speak in your next session about how keto and hormonally affected women's periods? Okay, so I'll explain this. Yeah, I'll do it really, really quick. I do notice that people who measure their blood sugar, which I didn't mention in my blood sugar stream, darn, women around their cycle, because the cycle and pregnancy and all of this is really hard on our little sensitive bodies. It's like men don't understand. Like, they really don't get it. Men are little itches, okay, with a B in front when it comes to things. They don't know. But commonly, oh, it's getting dark. I can see that it's commonly the blood sugar spikes real high. A lot of women who do keto they'll either lose their period, or they'll improve their period, or their period will just bleed forever. So you have to know what's going on with your lifestyle and your body. Women have endometriosis, they got polycystic ovarian syndrome, people are under eating, which will mess and push down the progesterone, then their cycle becomes longer and longer. So I'll talk about that later. And it sucks because maybe I should do a stream about, like, men and testosterone lowering and women and estrogen dominance, which is what happens with the period. But I don't want to, like, these are, like, it's not clickbaity. It doesn't get people to watch my channel. So I'm trying to figure out how to title it. And if you guys have some ideas on what you want me to talk about, suggest in the comments below the subjects that you want me to bring up, because I think speaking about hormones is really, really good. And this light, I just can't. I can't. When it starts getting that light, I really get annoyed. Then I got to plug this ugly thing in. And I don't want to do this because it makes me not sleep well. Because I have this light blasting my face. You know what I mean? Let's see here. Every time I use this light, I don't sleep well. That just shows you the power of how you have light in the eyes. And it keeps telling my brain that it's still 2 o'clock later. And I don't want that because I want to sleep. I want melatonin to keep rising. And I want cortisol to go away, go down. Do you suggest to work out daily or 3 times per week? What's it? Elena? It really depends on what type of workout. I work out 6 days a week, but I mean, half the time I'm just stretching and dancing and doing calisthenics and taking a lot of breaks because I need a break from the internet. Okay? You guys know I work on a course page. I do consultations. I'm writing a keto book. Like, I'm updating all my meal plans on my website, and it's like I need to just get away. So when I'm there, I treat the gym like I'm at a playground. So I just play. Like, I just play. I'm not like, oh, I'm going to come here and do my lifting schedule. There is no more lifting schedule for me anymore. So I need to know more. How many months, something years did you take to balance out? Now, Christina S., everybody's different. Everyone is different. So when you ask somebody else what happened to them, that really doesn't include you. And she's never going to give you the answers that you need because they don't know you. Thank you, Clay. I've been making broccoli sprouts and hubby haven't ever tried them. I mean, I don't really do well on broccoli. Kind of bloats me, and cruciferous vegetables, and we're eating plants out of season. So, I've just been learning so much. The carnivore diet, as you guys know, got me tripped out on learning more about how we digest plant source foods, the anti-nutrients in them, how they affect us, like saponins and salicylates and oxalates and goitrogens and gluten and phytates and lectins. They're gnarly. Let's see. Deborah, if Katy Perry is saying really bad things, can you just block them? I think you already did. Did you block that person or just delete their message? Sorry, Katy Perry, but you got to go. When my homie Deborah goes delete, 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 you got to go bye-bye. I don't even know what you said. I'm glad I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Okay. All right, guys, it's been 46 minutes. Again, if you guys, we got 78 people in the chat and 71 likes. Can we get some likes that are higher than the people in the chat? And you got to collapse the little X in the right corner and hit the thumbs up and then reopen the chat and just try to get the likes up. I try to as much as possible to help my YouTube algorithm. Oh, you're welcome, Christina S. I wish I could talk to you guys for real. Then it would be so much easier to answer your questions, but it is impossible to do that. It is impossible. As much as, okay, it was balanced about, wait. It was out of balance from 15 to 33. It takes time. Okay, Kate, I already forgot what you said, so sorry. Have you ever ordered from ButcherBox? Yes, ButcherBox actually sent me, to advertise. They sent me a box. The first box, they did not have me sign for it, so it sat down in my lobby, and the dogs were smelling rotten meat. And then I begged them, please have me sign for it. They didn't do it the second time, but this time I found the box because I don't know what day it's coming. I tried the ButcherBox. It's cool. I'm really glad that we have these online services. I just tend to like uswellnessmeats.com a little bit more. They have more pasture, grass-fed choices, and ButcherBox says you box a bunch of different types of meats, and a lot of them are like chicken breast, and I don't eat that stuff anymore. Okay, tips for skinny gal trying to put on muscle with keto. So oddly normal, 89. Again, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're skipping meals. I don't know the quality of food. I don't know how old you are. I don't know how you lift. I don't know if you've been lifting in your lifetime. So there is no recipe to put on weight if I don't know who you are. And I'm realizing that now. Like, you guys don't go on the internet and follow like what one person does, because that doesn't work for everybody. So who you are matters. A lot of people who are thin skip meals, and their friends will say, no, they eat so much. I'm like, yes, when they eat so much. But a lot of people who are thin tend to not have an appetite, which makes me understand what's going on with your stress levels, your digest. A lot of people who have low stomach acid tend to not be hungry or drink coffee because of the release of adrenaline will stifle hunger, stuff like that. StephaniePerson.com to the what? The uswellnessmeats.com is my favorite online, but there's now a bunch. There's US Wellness Meats. There's a place where you can order, well, you can't do milk on keto, but you can do A2 kefir as long as you don't react to the casein and whey. But there's raw A2 kefir on some milk, something. I forget the name of it because I don't have to order it. I could just go down the street. I'm really lucky here in LA to get everything that I need, and there's local farms, and then there's also, and there's like farmers markets from the local farms. That's down the street. Like, it's amazing how I've got everything right in my grasp, so I don't really have to order things online. I almost went to US Wellness Meats to try to order liver. I think they have liver. But then I found that because my main place, Whole Foods, didn't have it, so then I went to Gelson's and they had a ton of it, and I bought everything on the shelf. Are squats good for building muscle? It's hard because weighted squats with dumbbells are better, but it's hard on your joints, guys. Weighted squats with the barbell are horrible for your spine because your spine is like this, and then put this bar on top. But yes, you can have a hormonal response to squats, deadlifts, the big muscles, chest, yes, back. That is true, but it should be done the correct way. But you have to build muscle, you really have to work the entire body. Like, you got to work everything, because the body can't, because if you guys do too much of one exercise, you start to have like pain in your body because you're doing too much legs and not upper body, you're doing too much upper body and not legs. You know, you're doing all chest and not back, you're doing all back and not chest, and people really get out of balance, the posture is out of balance, they don't have a straight plumb line. It's just very interesting. Okay, I gotta shut up because I told myself I would only do 30 minutes, and now we're almost at an hour. Thank you so much for joining the chat. Finally made live stream. Yay, I'm glad, Russell. Found you before Thanksgiving, or Russell. What are the best exercises to slim down legs? Slim down your legs, child. I mean, not squats and deadlifts, okay? Be ballerina, okay? There you go. There's the answer. Ballerina training. Finally, okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Tim and Russell and Christina, of course, Deborah, and even you, Tamika. And not even you, but like, you know, because I know her from way back. I think that's it. Thanks, guys. Dusty, if you do a long fast, you're going to totally damage the body, even occasionally. If you do a long fast, go on a vacation, sit on the beach, and read a book, and then you can do your long fast. But if you're going to go to your job, you're going to work out, and you got to do this, and pay bills, and go to school, do a long fast, goodbye your thyroid, goodbye your adrenals, and goodbye, and gluconeogenesis, and the atrophy of your muscles, and pregnenolone steal. Bye. Bye, girls. So don't do any long fasts to lose weight. All you have to do is keto, right? This is keto. You don't need to do all that to get lean. You just got to do keto the right way and be disciplined. Don't want shortcuts. And stay away from dirty keto. All right, guys, I'm out. Thank you so much for joining this stream. Thank you so much, Deborah, for always having my back. Always, always, always having my back. You can go to Stephanie Ketogenic for my Instagram, Stephanie the Business Person for my normal Facebook page, and stephanieperson.com for a consultation, or to sign up for my keto course page. If you could just try it 1 month, that you can do. Otherwise, I'll see you, Deborah, on the course page. I haven't been to the course page all day long, and here's where I'm going to go sit for 2 hours and start answering the questions there. Okay? Bye, guys. Yes, honey. Bye, 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 bye. Bye, 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 Rosalind. Bye, everyone. And thank you for always, for the people who come to my chats. Thank you so much. And I forgot who donated, but thank you, the person who donated to the super chat. Oh, RTY Pepe. Of course, how could I forget? And I haven't heard from this person, I think it's a girl, in a long time.